Hola. Let's see what's going on today. Getting in here a couple minutes early. All right. Let's see who comes in today. Got my cards ready. I have my candle lit. So, good day, everybody. I'm a few minutes early. So, let's see if I can see who's here or who's not here today. Got my tea. La 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 la. It's another Tuesday night and I got somebody. Hi, Trish. Hi, Miss Trish. Jamie, Jane. Hi, guys. I hope you're all okay. Oh, you know what I need to do probably so I can see everybody. There we go. Now I see everybody. You know, technologically challenged bear. That would be me. So, hello, everybody. Good day to everybody, no matter where you are. My name is Bear, and I'm here today. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but my good friend and brother, Chris Free, who does a lot of music on my post from my website. He's part of the Wolf and the Bear Network. Him and his beautiful wife, Lynn, sent this to me last year prior to my surgery. It's Mama Bear. It was handmade for me. So just want to do a shout out to them and a shout out to all you guys. Let's see. I'm going to put the specs on because my eyes are getting old. And let me say hi to everybody first before I kind of get into a little bit here. There's Norma. Hi, Norma, and William, and David Jones, and William Dismang. Emma. Hi, Emma. Jane. I think I said hi. Hi, Miss Palmer. Hi, Sean. Hi, Margot. Trina. William. Hi, guys. So I'm going to start a little bit like I do always. Had some questions this week, actually, basically from a lot of the readings that I did this week. Were a lot of the same questions, and I've been getting a lot of email about it as well. And one of the questions is about how do we protect ourselves? And right now, the world is in a lot of chaos, as we all know. And there's a lot of downtime for a lot of people that aren't used to having downtime. Hopefully they're able to, or you're able to spend it with your family and stay at home, getting to know those family values again, sitting down and having meals together again, and hopefully not doing a lot of this with each other. But it's providing us what a lot of us wish for, like, oh, I wish I had more time to sit and read a book, or I wish I had more time to watch a movie, or I wish I had more time to spend with my family. So now y'all have it, and now everybody's kind of going stir crazy with it. So how do you protect yourself from all the chaos that's out there? Well, a lot of it is you need to take time to unplug from the news and all the craziness and the, theories, that are being put out there about all kinds of things, from political stuff to medical stuff to it's overwhelming. And actually, it's almost like the world has all caught a bad case of PTSD. And no matter how we look at it, everybody's suffering the stress from different angles, coming at different angles. They're overwhelmed. They don't, you tell them, Pip, they're overwhelmed. They don't know how to deal with it. And basically it's because we don't have the distractions of everyday life. And I kind of look at right now, and it makes me smile. It's how nature and the creatures are actually handling all this, because our roles have been reversed. It's like now we're the ones that are in houses or cages, so to speak, but not really cages, but you know what I'm saying. And the animals are going back to nature as they know it. They're coming into areas. I just read another piece today where our national parks here in the United States, and I'm sure it's around globally, the animals are actually coming back and they're thriving and they're enjoying their freedom again. So I'm sure it's going to be a lot like that for people once we get out of these lockdowns. But it's how do we deal with it now while we're in? So you need to protect yourself. So whether it's taking 5 or 10 minutes to step outside, maybe get a fresh breath of fresh air, whether it's to shut that lock on the door for 5 or 10 minutes from the rest of your family and just meditate, whether it's to put music on and just kind of get lost in that. I know when I was a kid, which is a very long time ago, but I used to do that. I mean, I used to put music on and listen to the radio and, dance in my head and what have you. Kind of like what Sean does, Sean's been doing a lot of dancing with his family and the kids, and it's a stress reliever. Plus it's exercise. Exercise is another good way to release those energies that we're all feeling stressed and overwhelmed with. As many people are also sitting, a lot of people are realizing, because it's quiet time right now, that they're empathic or they have sensitive abilities where they're sensing other people's emotions and, watching the news or watching TV all the time, that they're feeling all this stuff. And you need to protect yourselves from it. Whether you do that through prayer, whether you do that through meditation, whether you do that through singing, however you choose to do it, you need to honor it. Whatever makes you feel better to release some of that energy. Personally, I smudge. I use white sage. Okay, Pip. Pip is singing. That's how she relieves stress. She's happy that Mom's in her room right now. So it's however you guys choose to do that. You need to honor it. You need to feed the spiritual part of you. You need to feel that emotional side of you. And it's all right if you're angry. If you're angry, go outside and shout, use that energy to do creative things, maybe start an art project that maybe you didn't get to do, or put a puzzle together, or again, like I said, play, get board games out, watch movies, read a good book. When was the last time people sat and actually read a book rather than a computer? So these are all ways, and just remember to honor those emotions to de-stress, because it's really super important right now that everybody kind of keeps calm, keeps patient, and kind of releases that out, because there's so much out there that can get us our sensitivities riled up. And I'm the first one to admit, I had to literally unplug, and I can't look at things political anymore because I get jacked up and mad just like anybody else. And I found that if I unplug and just don't pay attention to it, you know, let it go. I mean, I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm not losing my mind over this stuff. And people's emotions are very, very high right now. So just remember that and be kinder to each other. And, you know, you can always check out, too, an episode or two of Ghost Dimension on Amazon Prime, YouTube, or Pluto TV, or even here on Facebook. I know Sean has been posting some of the episodes there. And that's always a good stress reliever, too, you know, watching them go out and do an investigation with Paul and Jane. It's always fun to watch them. So, okay, guys, if you would like, I will start to do some readings here. And let's see what I could do. William. I had shoulder surgery and came home to find a black cat who has made herself at home with us, but would like to know if I'm on the right path with what I'm doing. With the cat, animals are, I'll tell you, animals are always, and I'll pull a card for you in a minute. Hi, Becky. William, I'll pull a card for you in a second here. But I find that the animals and the creatures, whether it's a stray or whether we come across them in another way, they always bring us messages, and they're always there for the right reason. Black cats, to me, are just like any other cats. I actually have a stray black cat that's outside that I've taken care of for the past 2 years. And even though he's tamed down some, as far as I can touch him, and I obviously feed him, and he actually has shelter outside that I've created for him. He's not like my indoor cats, but he's become kind of a stress relief for me. You know, I go outside and sit with him. He's not demanding, but he kind of gives me something that I need. So I would say, William, enjoy that black cat. And, you know, he came to you for a reason, and probably more than that, it's a reason that you need to focus on something else. But let me pull a card for you, William, and let's see what the card says. All right. And remember, I always pull 7 with the 1 card draws, because 7 is a sacred number. It's about the 7 directions. It's about the 7 grandfather teachings. So it's always a sacred number for me. Okay, so William, here's your card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Well, the card that I pulled for you today is the gull. Okay. And the gull represents freedom to think and be creative. It talks about wide open spaces. And right now, you know, many of us are feeling the crunch of not being able to get into those wide open spaces. So you have to be creative. I'm also sensing, okay, what Spirit is saying too is you have to think outside of the box. You need to stop asking why so much, why this is happening, why this is showing up, why this is doing. Whys are good, and there's no bad question, but you're so focused on the why that you're losing sight of what's right in front of you. And you're missing, you're missing parts to the story that are there for you, and things that are available for you to do and be. And this is about your spirit. This is about, okay. Gulls adapt, and so this is also about adapting and being able to adapt to any situation, and this is what they're saying to you with this card, okay? It's the gull. So for right now, you're on the path that you're meant to, but quit asking questions about it and just walk that path. We need to not look ahead so much. We need to not look behind us so much. We need to understand that the path that we're given is the moment we're on right now, and that we're in right now. So live more in the moment and adapt to those moments, William. Okay? And that was your card, the gull. All right? All right. Hang on 1 second here, because I have a little friend of mine in here that needs to get up somewhere, and he's 18. So, excuse me just for a second. I will show everybody. Oh, yeah, I know, big guy. Okay. This is my big guy. Oh, this is Oz, and he's my inside cat, but he wants up and moving around, so I apologize for that. But hey, that's what you get when you're home, right? Okay, so good question, David Jones. Bear, do you think that all ghosts are enjoying the break from ghost hunters? Well, you know, it's a good question because spirit is always around. They're always active. I don't really think it matters much to them if people are out there doing ghost hunting or not, because spirit's always there for us. And they never sit still. They never rest. And that's not a bad thing because they're not in human form like we are. So they're out doing what they're supposed to be doing on that next level. And I don't think they're really taking a break. For people like myself that are sensitives, you know, I don't care where I am or what I'm doing. I always see spirit. So whether they're resting or not, they might not be responding to EVP machines or, you know, EMF machines or REM pods or stuff like that as much right now. But, you know, they're still out there and they still connect. But that's a good question. Not something I actually thought about. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit. Okay, William. Okay. Okay, Michelle Coyne. Okay, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I will do a card pull for you. Okay. All righty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh. Okay, Michelle. Michelle Coyne. Your card today is the raccoon. And like all of us right now, he's peeking out from inside. So, okay. All right. All right. So the card for you today, okay, the raccoon is about, yep. Okay. All right. What Spirit's saying to me to tell you today is you need to look closer at who you are. Okay. What makes you tick? Is what you're putting out to other people to see about yourself really who you are? I feel that with what they're showing me, and again, it's like the raccoon hiding in the tree right there, peeking out. You don't always let people see that side of you, and you're such a beautiful soul. You need to not dim your light. And I keep seeing that you kind of put this thing in front of you. And I feel that it's almost like a trust issue with you. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So what I'm being told really loudly right now is that you should take this time that's being given to you to re-examine the heart of who you are. Look at your fears and realize that those fears are kind of like stare them down, look them down, get rid of them. You'll be stronger for it. Putting stuff in the back burner, putting stuff in, hiding it away doesn't always help because it might help us for a couple seconds, but in the long run of things, those problems and those issues and those thoughts still kind of seep out into our lives. And sometimes they do in unprecedented time, like not when you really want them to. So what I'm being told really loud is take a good look at who you are, because you're this beautiful soul that has so much to offer to people, and quit hiding behind what you think people are going to see or think about you because you're this person, this beautiful soul that you are. You have to self-love. You have to love yourself more and not really care. And that's really a good lesson for everybody. You can't really care what other people think. I reached a point in my life a number of years back, and it's like, hey, you know, here I am. I'm very blunt. I'm very forward. I'm very, if you ask me, I'll tell you right flat. And if you don't want to know, don't ask, because when I connect with spirit, they give it to me, and they give it to me with love. And it's not always what we want, but it's what we need. So that's what I'm being told really loud for you right now, Michelle, is to look at look at yourself closely and see what it is you need, rather than what you think others want you to project. Okay, so that's your card today, and that's the raccoon. Okay. All right, so let's see. Becky Callis. Hi, Becky. Hi, Denise. How are you? Hope your day's going well. Miss Becky, let me pull you a card. Hi, Diane Heath. Okay, Becky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh, you got a really cool card today, too. They're all pretty cool. I love animals. You've got the hummingbird, okay? And the hummingbird, for you, let me see. Let me get a drink here. Nice hot tea. The hummingbird is coming through for you to tell you, even though this is downtime in a way, you need to collectively be busy, okay? You need to, okay, yep. Okay, so like your brain, what they're showing me is your brain, your thoughts, they're always rapid, kind of like what the hummingbird does with its wings, right? They go really fast. They go zip, zip, zip. And a lot of times, at least when I'm outside and I hear them, people think they're almost like bees, okay? It's like, what the heck, you know, because you don't see them at first because they're so quick. So what I'm being told with you is, even though this is like downtime for a lot of people, your thoughts are so rapid. They're like fluttering so fast. It's like you're not sure where to start. And what I'm being told to tell you is just start. Just pick a spot and start. There's no right place to start. There's no wrong place to start. Okay, it's kind of like the sacred hoop, the circle of life. It's always a circle. It's always continuous. It always goes in motion. So it doesn't matter where you start on that spot. Just start it and do it. And I'm being told that once you do the things that you're looking at right now, will make a little bit more sense. And I'm also being told really loud, because you're so like everywhere and your energy is like really like super hyper right now. And by super hyper, that doesn't mean a bad thing. It's like I said, the beating of the wings of the hummingbird. You need to ground yourself a little bit. So kind of pick a spot and start there. And once you do, everything is going to fall into place. But by doing that, you're going to ground yourself a little bit better, okay? And these are trying times for everybody right now. So I'm also being told that take a deep breath and kind of center yourself as you're moving forward to do what it is you're supposed to be doing right now, okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you, okay? Thanks, Becky. Okay, let's see here. Under here. Yes, you can. Sharon Campbell, how are you? Sharon Campbell, I will pull a card for you. Everybody be a... All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Sharon Campbell. Card I pulled for you today is the doe. Doe, a deer, a female deer. These creatures are so freaking amazing. I have them a lot up here where I've lived permanently since 2000. And prior to that, when I lived downstate in Metro Detroit, I used to come up here on vacation all the time, and I would live up here in the summers and stuff. And I always was fascinated by the deer. And the does are so amazing, and they're so caring. So right now, what I'm hearing really loud, okay, for you, Miss Campbell, is that you need to self-care, okay? You need to take care of you, because I'm also being told that like you're a person that takes care of everybody around you, and you're kind of last on that totem pole of ranking of, you know, okay, well, if I have a little bit extra at the end of the day, maybe I'll watch that movie I wanted to watch, or pick up that book, or maybe I'll sit and have that glass of wine, or maybe I'll have that meal, you know, make that little bit of food and just kind of enjoy it as I'm eating it, you know. So right now it's about self-love and self-care. It's about being gentle with yourself. A lot of this, and again, and I understand the situation and around the world right now is high stress. It's very overwhelming. It's very emotional. It's a very emotional roller coaster for everybody. And if you're on social media at all, you know, I'm seeing friends and family members turn against each other just because of political views or, you know, what they think is going on in the world or why they think it's going on in the world. Sorry. And right now, this needs to be more about you. And again, the sacred circle, and this is going to be like a primary thing today. I think Spirit's going to be showing me is they're showing the sacred circle with the divide of the 4 directions plus the 3, which is the 7 directions. So you need to make sure that you're giving yourself your due. Okay. You deserve to feel special. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve all these positives, but it starts here, and no pun intended because this is a dough, but they said, and they're laughing, the buck stops here. So the buck stops at home. The deer stops in the dough. Self-nurturing, family, self-love, caring for yourself, taking those moments and making them count, and stop feeling selfish about doing so, because there's nothing selfish about taking care of ourselves. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, then anybody else that's in our sacred hoop, you won't have the energy to deal with it when it's really needed. Okay, so that's your card today, Miss Campbell. All right, let's see. Okay, Denise, want me to pull you a card? I will pull Miss Denise a card. Miss Farley. Okay, 1 second here. Give you a good shuffle. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh. Okay, Denise, your card today is the turtle. Okay. And the turtle is refers to, within my culture, Turtle Island, which is the earth. And right now with turtle, and you see there's like family turtle, right? So, okay, what this is telling me to tell you is you have to kind of swim through the stuff. These turtles are actually in water, and that's what I'm being shown is the water, which is renewal. It's kind of about letting stuff go by and kind of sift through it as you're going. Let the emotional wave go by you. Don't hold on to it. Just let it go and go with that flow of motion, whether it's emotional, spiritual, physically. It's about, again, just going with that flow. Don't let stuff tie you down. Being told very, very loud, don't let the emotional and the psychological stuff kind of drag you down. Let it go by you, swim through it, deal with things as you need to deal with it. Don't let other people put stuff on your plate. Just remain calm. And it's kind of like, okay, they're showing me, okay, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when I was small, we used to have Charlie Brown, Snoopy movies, okay, or specials on TV that they would have. And the kids would go into where the teachers were, or if they were talking with adults, and it would be whenever the adults would talk to the kids. So, Denise, this is what I'm being told, is all this emotional stuff, this roller coaster, this overwhelming kind of feeling, if you let it go flying by you, it's kind of like listening to that. Okay, so the social chatter, the news chatter, the stuff that gets you psychologically freaked out. Okay, they're telling me to tell you, just listen to it and listen to it like wah, 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 and let it go. And it's not going to change anything in your world to listen to negative chatter. Look at something or do something that makes you happy inside. And that's what I'm being told. Go with the flow. Let the water go around you. Let the current go around you. That emotional wave, let it go through you. If it's not you, don't own it. Okay, so that is the card that I'm getting for you right now. Okay, so I hope that answered your question a little bit. Okay, Angelina Crosley. Okay, I hope you guys are hanging in there, because I will get to you, but it's going to take me a couple minutes, okay, to get there. All right, Angelina Crosley. Let me give you a card. Okay, Angelina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, Angelina. This here is water. Okay, it's one of the elementals. Okay, and our bodies are made up most of water. Okay, and what I'm being told right now with you, okay, is yep. Okay, it kind of feels like almost like, you know, I feel like I have to, when I'm connecting with you right now with spirit, it's kind of like I have a hard time catching my breath. It's almost like the overwhelming feeling is like literally being pushed down and kind of drowning with emotion of not knowing what's truth, what's lie, what it is I have to do. And I'm being told, you know, to remember water won't drown us because we're made up of water. So you basically have to, okay, I don't usually say stuff like this, but you have to let it go and let it, give it to Creator God, okay? And it's going to be okay. And I'm being told, again, the water card for you is to stop letting yourself be overwhelmed. And again, I know water is like a drowning symbol, but it's like the water will actually keep you buoyant if you let this elemental work with you. It will keep you raised above, but you need to bring yourself to the surface and actually breathe. Because again, I'm feeling like I can't catch my breath right now with you. And you just have to kind of release all that pent up energy, that fear, that overwhelming. And like I said, it's like the whole world has PTSD right now. And if you need somebody to reach out to them. Okay. Reach out to a friend or a family. Because again, I'm feeling like it's just like whatever's going on with you right now, it's so hard to kind of like pull yourself from it. But I'm being told that everything will come out the way it's supposed to, and it'll be okay. I'm also being told that there's constant change, okay? And with flow of water, water is about renewal, re-energizing, renewing your spirit, your body. Everything is in constant flow. There's always change. And what kills me and makes me always laugh, and even at myself, is life is changed. There's constantly change going on. From the moment we're conceived, we're going through change. We're growing. We're evolving. Our minds are evolving. Our bodies change every minute of every day. So I'm being told with you, just release that pent up energy, and it's not saying accept negatives or things that you don't want in your life. This is just saying, just believe in yourself enough, in the universe enough, and God, Creator, if that's who you speak with, that you're being heard, and you will come out on whatever this is on the other side, and it'll be a positive. Okay, so I'm being told really loud. Remember, we're made of water, so there's nothing to be scared of, because I think it's like 98% of our body has water in it. So remember that, and go with that flow, and accept that motion of change, and it's okay. All right, so I hope that it sounds okay for you and kind of resonates with you, Angelina. But that's the card that you had today for, was water. Okay. Okay, hi Debbie. Absolutely, you're in my prayers every day, Sister Bear. I know you've been going through a lot of stuff, and I am actually going to pull you a card today, Miss Debbie. You're in my thoughts and prayers all the time. I know you've had a really rough past year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, well, the elementals are talking today. Hang on one second, Debbie. Orange tea. All right, your card today is the elemental of fire. Okay, well, with fire comes what? It comes cleansing, and it comes rebirth and regrowth and renewal. And with the earth, and us being a bear sign, and I know you know this very well, when fire comes in, everybody's devastated by fire. And I'm not saying fire is great in cases of house fires and what have you, but what comes, even with a phoenix, what comes with fire? It comes back up and it's reborn. And that's what I'm being shown for you, Debbie, is that this is kind of a test of faith. This is kind of a fire trial by fire. But all of this is coming through almost to release you of old obligations, so that new things will come of it, but in positives. And I'm seeing that okay, May, end of May, beginning of June. Yeah, positives, like they're showing me like grass growing, and like things that you've planted and wanted to manifest are going to start coming in for you. But this is going to be about you, Debbie, and this is about fire, cleaning stuff out, changing stuff, kind of resetting the landscape for the new possibilities that are going to come through for you at that time. Okay, so that's your card today, Debbie Nelson. I love you, Sister Bear, and as I said, you're in my prayers all the time. Okay, all right. All right, let's see who else we have here. All right. Hi, Rihanna. How are you? Rihanna George down in Aussie world. All right. All right. Okay. Yep. Ben, you're absolutely right. Take care of the light inside you. Yep. Okay. Carolyn Van Lodem. Let me get you a card. Yep, you're right, Ben. Can't hang on to the old stuff. Hello, Miss Reynolds. How are you? Okay. Hi, Kaylina. All right. Oh, Carolyn, I'm going to read for you right now. All right. Carolyn Van Lodem. All right. I'm going to put this up a little bit so I don't lose everybody here. Okay, Carolyn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, Carolyn, you like to be seen and or heard and not seen. You hide in the shadows, and the card that's given to you today fits that very well, and it's the Jaguar. Okay, and the Jaguar is very strong and powerful medicine. The Jaguar speaks to the powers that we harness. Okay, so right now for you, this is a time to kind of step out of those shadows and harness all that energy and all that self-power you have and put it to use in your life. And I'm being told again, like with the jaguar or the Black Panther, whichever you want to call it, you observe and you sit and you watch things so that you know what you're getting into. But right now is not time to sit. It's time to do. And I'm being told really loud, you need to harness all that energy that you have, all that knowledge base that you have, and put it to use. And I'm being told, you're like, yeah, not now, later. Yeah, not now, later. No more later. I'm being told really loud, harness the energy, bring up everything, your knowledge base, and it's time to put it into practice right now. No waiting, no stalling, no hiding in the shadows. You need to embrace that power that was given to you as your gift. Okay, and they're being told, I'm being told very loud, they're being very bossy right now, and they're saying, stop stalling, just harness it all, pull it together, and just get it done. Okay, so that is your card today, Miss Carolyn, and it's the Jaguar. Okay, let's see who's next. Let me get a quick swig of tea here. All right, let me see here. Hi, Keelina. Sure, Ms. Reynolds, I will give you a card. Hi, Ben. All right, Ms. Reynolds. Okay, I'm gonna pull you a card. Oh, no, I'm told to continue shuffling these cards. Another thing to remember is spirit comes to all of us. They guide us from the other side, and our spirit guides, you know, people say, well, can you tell me who my spirit guide is? Yeah, I can see your spirit guides, but I'm not the one that needs to utilize the spirit guides. So you all need to utilize your own spirit guides and get to know your spirit guides. And a lot of times it's just kind of setting time aside to sit and ask for them to present themselves. You know, that's a lot of it. Okay, Miss Reynolds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is kind of appropriate in the fact that we just had Easter over the weekend here in the U.S. Okay, so your card today is the rabbit. Okay. All right, so. All right, so the rabbit speaks to you today about okay, yep. Okay, don't go, you know, I know they're metaphoric because they are who they are and they're showing me who they are. But don't go down the rabbit hole. Stop overthinking things. Being told really loud to stand away from the fear. Like, don't keep feeding the fear. And I feel like there's something that you're really concerned about, but because you're dwelling on it in a way, a fear-based way, again, and rabbits are skittish, so that's what I'm being shown. You're feeding that fear. So you need to kind of step away from the fear. Step away from the door, step away from whatever that issue is, and stop feeding it, because you don't want to manifest it into a reality. Okay, and what people don't realize, and this is general, as humans, we don't realize how much when we fear something, and we fear it so much, and we keep feeding that fear and that negative thought, that we actually manifest it and pull it to us. okay? So you don't want to do that. And what I'm being told again really loud is like, step away from it, okay? Step away from whatever it is that you got going on, that little fear. And I almost want to say you're kind of hiding it from other people, hiding from whatever this is. Like, you don't want to deal with it. So, but then you wind up dealing with it anyway, because you kind of have time on your hands to where you're thinking about it in your downtime, and you're feeding it. So they're really loud about it. Whatever it is, Miss Reynolds, don't feed the fear, okay? Step away from that fear, and things will happen the way they're meant to happen. And I don't feel it's bad outcome. I just feel the stress, whatever this is, it's like the stress that is in the situation or in your life regarding whatever the issue is the stress is related to how you're dealing with the fear. So take a breath. Everybody's being told this today. You need to ground yourself, preoccupy your mind with other things, and kind of step away from that fear, okay? And I'm being told things will have a new way of making themselves kind of level again for you, normal again for you, but it's going to kind of be a new normal, but it's not a bad new normal. Okay, again, this goes back to what I said before when Spirit was saying about change, how none of us are, want to accept change. Everybody's, oh, I'm so afraid of change, and yet change is part of who we are as humans. Everything's changing all the time. So yes, things are going to be a little bit different for you, but you shouldn't fear it, because you're evolving. You're evolving as a human, and stop feeding negative fears and energy to it, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you today, Miss Teresa. Hopefully that works for you and kind of gives you a little bit of insight. Hi, MJ. Oh, no, you're moving again? MJ, you're moving again? Well, you're getting closer to me. You should just move up here by the cave, and then, we could have tea together in person. Okay, Glenn Heath, I will pull a card for you. And MJ, I will keep you in prayers. I would not want to be moving right now. Absolutely not. But we do what we got to do, right? All right. So, yeah, Moran, I'll get you a card too. Let me get Glenn a card first. And shuffle this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oops. Okay, Glenn. This card is all about communication and how you're choosing to communicate. Your card today is the Parrot. Isn't that a cool card? I love this card. It's a little sun conure. My friends down in Florida, Robin and Vincent Cesario, have the coolest bird called Jojo. It's so freaking smart. And communication is key. So for you, okay, what I'm getting for you, Glenn, is that things that are trying to be communicated are not being communicated well for you. To the point of almost causing friction. Like, okay, what they're showing me is like you have a point, but the point you're trying to make is not coming kind of across the way you want it to come across. And then the reaction you get from it is more of a negative. So it's been causing like friction. So you need to kind of step away from it long enough to kind of let everything simmer down. Just breathe. Everybody's on high anxiety levels right now. Everybody's on high stress levels right now. And everybody is out there trying to be heard, okay? All at the same time. It's kind of like having 10 radios in one room. And I'm hearing like all this static energy around you right now. It's like there's so much and it's so overwhelming. I want to like just put my hand over my ears and go la 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 la, just enough so that you don't hear all that kind of chaotic white noise around you. So, and I'm being again given the circle that's drawn around you. You need to kind of like take a piece out of the puzzle or take the chip out of the computer, or kind of like you've got to stop that cycle. And I'm being told it's like the cycle of, okay, yep. Okay, so it's like the cycle of communication, but it's poor communication, and it's almost like created this illusion of what people think is being said, but it's not really being said in that manner, but people have kind of jumped the gun. So you need to take a breath, take a beat, and pull a cog out of the wheel, so to speak, and turn off all that white noise that is kind of influencing yourself and other people. And you need to speak from your heart source, your heart center. A lot of white noise around you. It's like, but it's like everywhere. It's like you can't, like I'm sitting with you right now, and I mean, I can't even think because you've got so much noise chatter around you. And it's like, you need to tune that out, turn that volume down on everybody else and take care of you. Rest your mind and your thoughts. And once you do, you'll be able to communicate in a better way, okay? And I really wish you luck, because whoever this is, and I feel it's like more than one around you right now, it's like everybody kind of sort of has to do the same thing, because things that are being said, like I said, are being said and taken in the wrong way. And it's not so much of how they're being said, but it goes back to everybody's state of mind right now. So again, the parrot, even the parrot rests at said point. So I'm being told really loud, turn down the chatter around you and kind of unplug it for a little bit, and things will level out, and you'll be able to communicate with all this chaotic white noise that's around you a little bit better, okay? So you need to center and calm and ground, okay, so that you can communicate in a better way. Okay, so hopefully that's working for you, or it resonates for you. Not working because I just gave it to you, right? Okay, so let me scroll down here a little bit. And, okay, Moran Gwen, I'm going to pull a card for you. Thanks, Kalina. You too. Hi, Martin. Hope you're good too. Okay, Moran Gwen, I'm going to read for you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, Moran, you have the loon. These are really elusive birds. You hear them more than you see them. I see them here in the lake in the springtime. We have a couple pairs here, but their voices are beautiful. And I'm being told for you, okay, Miss Glen Heath. Okay. You have a lot to say. I'm being told from Spirit that there's a lot that you have to say. But it's almost like You don't say as much as you should say. And it's like you need to. And it's kind of like the loon, and this is what I'm being told. The loon has this gorgeous song. It's very haunting, but it's very distinct. And what Spirit wants you to realize is that your voice, your opinion, your thought process is very distinct and very unique as well. But it needs to be heard more, but in positives. And I'm being told that, yep. Okay, so it's like the loons tend to hide themselves on the lake. They tend to go into these crevices along the lake and kind of hide back into areas so that they're not seen. You need to be seen more and heard more. But it's because the stuff that you have to put out or in your life, again, this is about your life circle, the things that you need to do or you want to do are needed, okay? The things that you have to say are needed to be heard. So you need to kind of step out from the hiding spot, the elusiveness of what the loon brings in, and let your song, let your thoughts, let your voice be heard. And because you don't do this all the time, it's almost like you're going to get a lot of respect for doing this. But it's like you bring this calming energy to the situation. And it's very peaceful. So what you have to say will kind of be like a salve, or it'll be a soothing sound, or it'll be soothing information. But you need to get it out there. You need to make your point and not hide it. Because like the loon, the sound is just, it's kind of like a blessing. And what I'm being told and shared with right now is that perspective from you, it will like heal emotional scarring and wounds, not only for yourself, but for others that need to hear it. Okay, so your card today is the loon, and I hope that helps you a little bit, Miss Glenn. Okay, let me see what I have down here. Hi, Joanne. Sure, Martin. Let me pull a card for Martin. Thank you, Gina. I'm doing okay. You know, a day at a time, and we get through stuff, right? A day at a time. Martin Lashmar. I hope I'm not butchering names. All right, let me see what I got from Martin today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, okay. Card for you today is the elk, Martin. It's the elk, okay? All about community, all about family. And I don't know how many people are aware of how the elk kind of take care of their herd. There's a distinct pecking order within that herd, but they work together. And what I'm being told right now is almost like, okay, what I'm seeing is they come down off the riverbanks and they're stepping into the river, but they're going with the flow of the river, but they're also, it's like you encouraging people to do what's needed in this time around your family. I don't know if you've ever heard an elk bugle. I have. It's very loud. It's very distinct. And when they do that, the herd, their family, kind of falls in line with them to work together to meet the common goal. So what I'm being told right now is you need to stand strong and bugle, because you're doing this. Make your voice be heard to your circle, your sacred circle that's around you. And for the good of the family unit, the herd, your sacred circle, they need to kind of go with that flow. And I keep getting that you're the voice of reason to do that. And I'm hearing, oh man, he's laughing about that. And it's like, no one's going to listen to me, but they will. And you need to do that. Okay. So your card today is the elk. And it's all about being level-headed, being calm, and kind of being there in support of that family unit, your herd, your pack, your circle of friends and family, and kind of guiding them almost. Okay, so that's your card today for you, and that's the elk. Okay, all righty here. Who else is here today? Myra. Let's do this. Okay, Myra. Myra, let me get to you, and then Eloise, I can do one for you. All right, Myra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, Miss Myra. Your card today is the owl. Okay? And I'm being told specifically, because this card is the barn owl. Okay? Barn owls are super smart. Okay? They teach their young. I was very blessed to be able to watch them, and some great horns as well, in where I lived up here prior to where I am now. And it's all about teaching for them, their family units, and they kind of, what people don't realize about owls as well, is they kind of stay in a sort of a clutch. So they're like generations of barn owls in the same area, same way with great horns and some of the other owls. They stay in that clutch, so you'll see generations, but they teach others. And right now I'm being told for you, it's a teaching moment. It's a teaching moment for you to learn how to, okay, they're doing this, like get things in order. So I'm like seeing papers and books being laid down, and they're like laying them in order. So they're kind of like this on top of each other, but laying at a slant. Kind of like a, okay, thank you, collator, like a collator in a Xerox machine. Okay, they're collating them down. And this is a time of great learning for you, a great time to gather information. It's not a time to be idle. And it's almost like there's going to be things and learning opportunities for you right now to gather wisdoms and schools of thought. It's almost going to be an easier time for you to find them, and you're going to also find resources that, and they're using the word resources, that were not available to you before now. And it's almost because of all this chaos that's going on in the world, things are more readily available to us. As far as reaching to other people and working with other people and doing things with other people, even though we're social distancing, there's more people willing to step up, to help teach, to share knowledge. So your knowledge base is going to grow right now, but you have to step up there and like kind of do your research and get your resources in order so that, so that what you're looking for is kind of going to be your adding to your toolkit, they're saying. So your knowledge base, your toolkit, so that when you come out the other side of whatever this is going on right now, you're going to be more prepared to move forward in your own life positively, like in a positive motion. Plus, you're going to gain resources that you wouldn't have had before that are going to be able to stay in your toolkit so that you'll be able to go back to these people or these resources in the future. So that's a card for you today, and it is the owl. Okay? All right. Let me see. South Carolina, Mira. I have my brother Christopher in South Carolina. Okay, Miss Eloise. Let me see. Oops, what I can get for you. Okay. All right. All right, Eloise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. You also have today the elk. Okay, but for you today, as I just said before, the elk is about community. It's about our sacred circle, our family units, our friend units. But this for me today, with what they're showing, is, okay, you have to be more of an intricate piece to this community, this family circle. You need to go with the flow more, because they're showing me like she's a person that likes to get into that river and go the opposite way. So instead of going with the flow, you're always fighting the current. What I'm being told for you right now is you got to stop fighting the current for a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the bull orc, the bull elk is the one that, like, I mean, takes names and numbers and kicks butts in the herd. And what I'm being told is you need to step back from that role, because this is a role that you typically would assume, but this is about learning more, and they're saying you get more sometimes by being gentler. So, and okay. All right, yeah, I'll admit it. I'm a bull in a china shop, and they just showed me a bull in a china shop, and you're like me in the fact that you're a bull in the china shop. We just want to get it done. We just want to get it over with. They're showing me the bull elk, and for you right now, because it was actually turned upside down when I threw it, it's about not being so much the one that's doing the corralling, that's doing the push. You need to kind of let other people kind of step up and go with the flow a little bit more. And believe me, this is given with a lot of love. And this is something I hear and I have heard over the years. So I get it. And sometimes it's hard for people like us to not be that bull in the china shop or not be that grizzly that stands up. Although the older I've gotten, it takes a lot longer for the grizzly to stand on two legs. But when I get to that point, you don't want to be around it. So what I'm getting for you is you need to just take that energy level down a little bit. You'll get more done that way. And you'll get more done by being part of than trying to stand out and push whatever this is through. Okay? So I hope that gives you some insight into the situation that's going on with you right now. And again, you know, they're lessons for all of us, and I've learned that lesson over and over and over and over. And sometimes I always go back to it. So it's not that easy of a lesson to kind of harness in, especially if you're a personality like myself or like yourself is what I'm being shown. So less a bull in the china shop, less the bull elk. Okay, and more working with the community, with the circle, your sacred circle, working with, and you'll get more done. It'll be more positive for everybody. And I'm also seeing like a person that almost like steps up because you've stepped back a little bit. It's their kind of time to shine. And you can do that by mentoring them, almost like by stepping back. Okay, so I hope that gives you a good insight to whatever the situation is going on. So I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much for stopping in today. And I want you all to stay healthy, stay smart, stay home. Make sure you check out The Ghost Dimension over on Amazon Prime, YouTube, or Pluto TV. Stay safe, everybody. You can get me on my website at bearmedicinewalker.com. Or you can holler at us over on the Ghost Dimension page or my Bear Medicine Walker page here on Facebook. So until the next time, I've loved being with you here and sharing a little bit of time with you. Creator bless you all and keep you safe. Take care now. Bye.